Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Bob Rock, and welcome to the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. It's Monday again, and we are on season 3, episode 9. I don't know why I'm holding up 3, but it's episode 9. So, welcome. Ooh, we have a viewer already. Welcome, my man. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's see if I can see. Andreas, how you doing, my friend? Nice of you to join. Just waiting for a few more people to join in. We have a really cool episode today. Very interesting episode. If uh, Please let me know if the audio is okay, and then so I know that everything's okay on my side. Um, so just to give you guys a bit of a how can I put it? Not a menu, and not a recap. Just quickly to give you guys what the show is all about today. We've got, excuse me for a second. So we've got two guests that we're gonna bring in today, and it just so happens that the two guests are here already. So as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to call you guys in, and then we can watch, and then we can go ahead. So we've got a few things that we're going to talk about, and also with everything, I am going to, as promised last week, I am going to give you guys an update. There has been some progress, which is pretty good on my side. So I'm starting to feel things again. Hey, what's up, Eric? Thanks so much for joining in, bro. Um, yeah, so we have a bit of a fun, bit of a serious episode today. So I hope you guys gonna stick around and enjoy it. And for everybody that just joined in, welcome once again to the BDoc RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. If I could ask you guys to please do me a favor and share the live, so people know that the podcast is running and it's on and live now. But nevertheless, if you can't catch it now, you can always catch the episode tomorrow when I upload it to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please go like and subscribe so you can be notified whenever there's another video up, or you know, just to show some support. That's it. So, welcome once again. Thank you again for joining. Really appreciate it. Uh, yeah, so let's get right into it. There's been quite a few uh, very interesting topics that came about in the past week or so. And one of them being especially with regards to the new guys coming into the hobby, and the way they go about drifting and learning how to drift, and um, taking tips and taking advice from people that have been in the game for quite a while, and also unfortunately learning some bad habits. um, and from a friend that I've been chatting with, there seems to be a trend in one of the European countries. I want to try not to name. So, if we name things, or if we name people and places, then it creates an unnecessary resentment towards those people or those places. So I want to avoid that. And if you guys know me from all of the uh, podcasts I've done so far, you guys know that I try to be as diplomatic as possible, try to be nice about everything. So, I don't want to start creating a whole other commotion going about. So the thing is, what's been happening is that people are now not tuning, or not learning to tune properly, or if they are tuning, they are going to somebody who's well experienced already, and getting them to tune their cars, and then they simply just drive. So you're not exactly learning how to tune and focus on your own car. And the one thing that I can say that's lacking amongst all the new guys is uh, coming into the game, either all or majority. But so far that I've seen, it's all of them. Is that they don't go to the basics. They don't learn and focus on the basics of RC drifting, and that's why they pick up these bad habits where they wanna imitate, like for example, FD USA, high powered machines, very very fast drifting. But with the RC cars, we know that it's completely different. If you try and imitate that kind of speed, especially as a new guy, it's just going to look ridiculous. It's very shallow drifting, cutting corners, trying to race around instead of trying to drift around. You're not following the leader, you're not playing your position within the train, and it's just ridiculous. So, guys, the new guys especially, you need to learn and train yourself, learn the basics, give yourself time to learn the basics. You're gonna Yes, it's gonna take a bit of time, but the foundation that you're gonna lay down now is gonna carry you all the way through, and it's gonna make you a better drifter in the future. So what I want to do is just check. Okay, so I think it's. I just wanted to touch on that one subject, and I will speak on it a lot more later in the show. But for now, I don't want to keep my guests waiting. So the first guest I would like to bring on is a friend of mine from RC Drift Palace, uh, who's a very accomplished builder. And if you've been around RC drifting for a little bit, and you've been keeping an eye out on the drift groups, you would have seen his work, and it's fantastic. I am a fan of his work. It's really really good, and I hope he will be able to share some tips with us. So, and it's just one of the many great builders that I know. So, first up, I'd like to invite Marco, um, if you don't mind jumping in, um, Marco. So, just send me an invite, or ask to join the live, and then I'll accept. Hey, what's happening, Azar? Thanks for joining in, my man. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, you know what? Let me see if I can catch Marco. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, Marco, I'm adding you now. Let's see if it works that way. I don't know. On my side, there we go. Hey,
Hey,
hey, Marco.
how are
I'm good,
you?
my friend. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Thanks so much for being officially the second guest on my show. Really appreciate you taking the time out to come and join the show. Yeah, we're looking forward to just having a very cool, casual chat, and maybe you can share some of your tips and tricks with how you build, because you know you're like one of the best in the world, I would say, in my opinion.
Thanks.
From the work that I've seen, look, maybe it's a little bit biased, but I'm a fan of your work, so that's why that's why I'm saying that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, tell us a little bit about how you got into RC drifting.
Uh, I was on a tuning meet, and there were drifting around there. That's where I get to RC drifting. And then I went to Facebook and looked around for an RC drift track, and then I saw the Drift Palace guys.
Nice, nice, nice.
And that's what I'm also into right
Oh,
now.
nice. That's awesome, man. And like, how
Yeah.
how long have you been in the game now?
for about 4 years now.
Oh, okay, not that long at all. So when you said
No,
a tuning meet, you mean like with real cars? You went to
yeah, with real cars, yeah.
You know, it's so funny because a lot of us have actually got into RC drifting because we went to a car meet or an auto show somewhere, and yeah, I think it just proves that it's the place to recruit RC drifters, any
Yeah,
car enthusiast.
sure. You get the car enthusiasts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That's
how's
true.
things at the RC Drift Palace?
Yeah, it's going on well. We're pretty famous in Facebook now
Yes, yes.
because of one of my videos.
Yes, yes,
And
absolutely. And I must say the track looks
yeah, it's
absolutely,
ridiculously going through the
yeah,
roof.
the track it looks
Yeah,
absolutely amazing, man. Well done to all of you guys for putting that together. It looks absolutely amazing.
thank you. I will show you later about that.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I'm very, very keen. And then once
I also got,
yes, yes.
let me just swap around. Got some nice meat up here
Ooh, oh,
prepared for
that
you.
is
Does
nice,
it
man.
work when it holds like that?
Yeah, I kind of have to tilt my head a little bit.
Oh, okay. I do like this.
Oh man. Okay, so all of these are bodies. Oh, wait, hold on, go back there. Go back there.
No,
The
no.
Supra.
This one's from Diego.
Oh, okay. We'll talk to Diego about that one. But that is beautiful, man.
Yes. Also Diego.
Yeah, Diego.
He's also pretty good at it.
No, no, absolutely. I mean, both you guys, you guys are so good at it. You know, sometimes it boggles my mind. At how good you guys are.
Yeah, just have to go for it, and
Yeah, you know, I try. I go.
then it happens stuff like that.
Oh man, I wish I had even a little bit of the talent you guys have to do to do work like this. It's amazing, man. Oh, that's so good, bro. That's
Yeah,
so good. Nice.
we're all like stuff like that, just with the
Oh,
interiors
geez, and
and
you got the drifter in there. Oh man, why?
anybody got this.
Not
Anybody.
you are making us look really bad now.
No, we're just living it otherwise.
No, I'm kidding,
We're
man.
we're we love to get the realism into RC drift
Yes, absolutely.
with yeah, doing real
Yeah.
things. Also with the drift track.
Yes, yes, I see that. And I absolutely
Show you
love,
also about this
yeah,
one.
I
Here,
absolutely love
the
how much
room,
of work you guys put in.
got our working space around here. All of the team members got own spaces
Wow, the team members have their own
for
space
their
too.
cars.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yes, this one's from Diego. Here's Dave,
Yeah.
Lucas,
Yeah.
Pascal,
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
Christian. Here's Andy. Remo's over here.
Okay.
And that's mine and Kevin's space, and Sven also is
Wow,
also here.
man,
And we got
I'm
a
so
little
jealous,
bar
man.
with some drinks and
I'm
food.
so jealous. I wish I had a space like that. I think
And
I have
here
to,
the magic happens.
I have to move to your country, I think.
You have to.
Just for the drifting.
You get something like that.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful, man. That's so realistic. This must have taken you guys quite a bit of time to set up.
Yeah, it was 8 weeks of
Wow.
hard
I
work.
can imagine. And obviously the whole team gets involved, right?
Yes, sure.
Ah, that's cool, man. That's so, so cool.
Anybody was.
So to all the viewers out there and for anybody that just joined in, we are talking to a good friend of mine, Marco, and he is showing us around his track, the RC Drift Palace. Beautiful, beautiful track, so well detailed. I think it's definitely one of the best that I've seen so far, and I have seen a hell of a lot of treks from around the world. So well done to all you guys out there in
Thank you.
RC Drift
Thank you very
Palace.
much.
And so, whilst we are at it, um, can you share just a few tips and tricks with the viewers when it comes to bodies and building the bodies? Or is there any sort of basic, how can I put it, some basic method that ideally we should do before painting the whole body? Or any advice you can give when it comes to painting bodies?
So, gonna get back up.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you so much for the tour. I
No
think
problem.
we all really enjoyed it. So yeah, any any advice you can give to the guys, or maybe a tip that you can give for people who like me who need it, and when you're doing a body, when you're painting a body, like, is there any sort of advice that, or something that you came across that you know that people don't really do, but they should? Maybe it could be something like preparing the body, or
Maybe cleaning the body before painting.
yeah.
I would say it's the most thing who gets forgotten about before painting it. To wash it out with some soap or with a window cleaner, or yeah, just something that doesn't goes aggressive to the lexam.
Okay. When it comes to painting the body, what do you prefer using? Airbrush or rattle
I can
can?
show you also.
Sure.
We have got our setup right here
Oh, snap. Oh,
with
you got everything there.
many colors
So you guys,
over the
so you
years.
also mix your own colors?
Yeah, sure. And we only do airbrush.
Ah, okay,
Most
okay.
of the bodies are airbrushed
Ha,
because you're so more precise when you spraying a body or want to spray some little details like the engine on the Sylvia.
yes.
This one is without covering anything. It's all freehand painted.
Wow, okay. So I see the,
So you're so precise.
yes. So investing in airbrush is actually a good idea.
Yeah, it is. But you also have to get you a good one. If you got a bad setup,
Yeah.
it's also not nice to airbrush
Okay, I see.
because yeah,
Is there a specific?
you have to get a good airbrush at first, and then you have to get you a good compressor. That's a important thing.
I see. Okay, we will definitely keep that in mind. Yeah, cool, man. Thanks so much
You
for
can do stuff like that with airbrush.
your.
You will never been able to do something like that with spray guns,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
spray cans.
Yeah, I think maybe that's where I'm having a bit of trouble, or I'm finding a bit of trouble now is that with the rattle can, it's not very consistent.
Yes,
Uh,
and it's also the difference there. There's coming out a lot of more color
right. I see that. I see that.
out of a rail
Yeah.
can, and yeah,
No.
you need more color. That's another thing. Airbrush, you need so less color.
Yeah, to cover for, I mean, to cover the body. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Well, Marco, thank you so much for showing us around the Drift Palace and showing us your work and for the awesome advice. I really appreciate it. And
No
yeah,
problem.
I'll definitely be keeping in touch with you and checking out more of your work, and let's see how we can perhaps collaborate sometime. And we'll take it
Yes.
from there.
And also, if you want to get some parts or some bodies,
Ah, yes.
Max Engel shop got some really nice parts, rims and other cool stuff you don't get anywhere.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff.
Awesome. So the viewers, for all you guys who are close by RC Drift Palace or who visit RC Drift Palace, know that you are also taken care of by spares, which they have in stock, as you can see. And you have an awesome team of very, very talented RC drifters and builders that you can always lean on and ask for advice. And yeah, we'd like to thank you again, Marco, for joining in on the B-Rock RC show. We'll definitely keep in
Yeah,
touch,
no problem.
and we hope to get you back here on the show later on in a future episode.
Yes, yes, we appreciate that.
Awesome, man. You take care, my friend, and we'll catch you again. So
Yeah, you too.
yeah, peace. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Cool.
Peace
Cheers,
out.
man.
No problem. Keep it.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here, but uh, please excuse me. Ah, okay. I'm back. Okay, guys. That was Marco from RC Drift Palace joining in on the B-Rock RC show, our second official guest. And I'm sure you guys will admit that RC Drift Palace is definitely one of those tracks that you need to add onto your bucket list of RC Drift tracks to visit. And as well as being such a talented builder, um, whilst he didn't show off all of his work, I did ask him about it, but he mentioned that a lot of the bodies that he has, he didn't have it with him. But at least we got to see some of the work that he's done. And like I said, I'm sure you'll agree, very, very talented guy. So he's also very, very approachable. You can ask him for advice, just like how I asked, and I'm sure he will be very happy to engage with you guys. So once again, thank you, Marco, for joining in. Really, really appreciate it. And whilst we are on the roll there, I want to introduce our second guest on the show for tonight. It's Diego, whom you've seen one of his bodies there, one of the works that he's done. So Diego, if you don't send me an invite, I'm gonna try and add you on here. Okay, let's see if Diego will come on. Hey, yeah, I have to give a big shout out to Rob for actually organizing this. Hey, what's up, Diego?
Hi, Bob. Hello.
Can you see me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I can't see myself here. I don't know what happened with the camera, but anyway, I can see you, and that's all that matters. As long as I can see you and you can see me, it's all good.
Okay. You
Are you okay there?
you don't can see me?
Yeah, yeah, I can see you.
Ah, okay, perfect.
So welcome to finally we get you on the B-Rock RC show. Thank you so much for joining in. Really, really appreciate it. As our third official guest, I don't know, it's special for me to have you guys on. I'm so honored to be speaking with you guys. Such talented individuals. So how goes things with you?
What? Sorry?
I say, how are you doing? How's things going with you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, so far so good. Very happy to have you guys on the show. Really, really appreciate you guys taking out the time to join the B-Rock RC show. So like I was asking Marco, just a little bit about yourself, how you got into RC drifting.
It's 5 years ago, and I'm going to a RC shop with a lot of money, and I look around, and I think, yeah, it's funny hobby, and I look different cars, and then yeah, I take a drifter, and that's my first RC drift car, and yeah.
Nice, nice, very nice. It's nice to see and learn about how people got into RC drifting. It's everybody has their own story, and I think it's absolutely great. It's fascinating to hear everybody's story, how they got in. Like for me, how I got into RC drifting was I came across a video of the Korean Street Drift Challenge, a 2010 Korean Street Challenge, and that's how I got into it. And I said I want to do that, and that's how I got into it. So yeah, I know you drift at the RC Drift Palace. How much were you involved? Yeah, yeah. How much were you involved in the building of the track? How it is now? How it looks now?
Um, the the body, or what? What's the question?
How much of the track did you build?
Sorry,
Is is the audio okay? Can you hear me now?
it's stocked. Moment, please.
Okay. Okay, I think he's let me do that and do that. I think there's something going on with his internet server or the internet access. I don't know, but we'll wait for Diego to come back. I will translate a little bit. Yeah, cool, cool. Appreciate it, Marco. I think the language barrier is a little bit much at the moment. I did ask Diego to just, if he couldn't answer the question in English, just go for it. Just speak it in German, and it's cool. Okay, Diego, I'm going to add you on, and let's see if that will help. He was also a lot involved at building the track. Okay. How's
Hello?
that? Is that
Hello again?
hello? Is that better?
I think yes.
Okay.
I hope
Can
so.
you hear me a little better now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to find out from you, what parts of the track did you build? Like the buildings, the details. How much of it did you do?
A lot. A lot. Any members makes a lot for the track. Alone is
No.
impossible.
Yes. No, that's great. I think it's so nice to see your whole team come together and put together such a beautiful track. You guys really did a very, very good job. Well done to you guys.
Thank you.
So tell us more about the body you have there in front of you. How long does it usually take for you to do a body?
Yes, this is an A plastic body and a GR86
Okay.
is yeah. It's not specially A plastic. It's I think okay, but yeah, it's a lot of work in this body.
Okay.
We
So,
have this all is painted.
wow.
This is also painted, and rear.
And painted as well.
Yeah, that's the team livery from the
Yes.
RC Palace. You can see here is a team livery. Yes,
Very nice, bro.
I
Did
think.
you come up with the livery?
What's the question? Sorry.
Uh, did you come up, did you think of the idea for this library?
No, no. I search a library on the web, and so many libraries, and
Yeah,
I think it's okay. It's great. I show this library to the team members, and we say, okay, we make that.
nice. Very,
Yeah,
very nice.
it's
Did you
yes.
did you use mask, paint mask, or did you use uh, tape
Yeah,
to design the library?
we make a mask and
Okay.
floating with foil.
Yeah.
I can show you.
Yeah, sure.
It's a simple foil.
Okay.
Then we make this plotting, and then we cut inside.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very,
And then
very
we
nice.
paint the first paint is the black, and then the blue mint, and
Okay.
then the last is then the white color.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the new guys that want to paint their own bodies,
Yeah.
when it comes to a library like that, how would you paint? How would you advise them to paint it? Do they go light colors first, dark colors first? How should they go about it?
It's different. I think maybe dark color first, maybe bright color first. That's
Would it
different with the library.
Okay. Would it
Yeah.
also depend on what colors you choose?
What colors?
Yeah. So for example, if you choose depending on what color you choose to paint the body,
Yes.
then you would think either go paint the light first and then the dark colors first. Do you think could that be one of the reasons?
Uh,
It's a difficult question.
yes, yes.
Okay, okay, we can skip that. We can
I look
we can skip
I
that.
look to library, and then I think the first is by this black.
Right,
Another
right, right.
another libraries or bodies, I think bright is first. I don't know.
Okay, so with you it just depends on how you feel or maybe the library that you choose.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. The problem is when you start with a bright color or a white, and then you come with black.
Yes,
That's the problem, or the black shiny and the white, and then
yes, yes,
we make behind the white we make silver,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
then you have a safe color in white, and then you can make with
Okay,
black.
right. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good tip. I learned something now.
yeah.
I've been following a lot of your work, and I think the last body I saw you do was the Supra in I can't remember the colors. It was such amazing colors. It was like a rainbow color and a blue and a white. I think Marco showed that body when I spoke to him a little earlier. Yeah, that one is absolutely amazing. I don't even know how you did it.
That's what we say.
Say it
It's,
in your language too.
that's
Say it, it's okay.
that's a color with little particles.
Yes.
It's lame flakes.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yes,
right, right,
lame
right.
flakes. Yes, and
Yeah,
I make the body full with lame flakes. And
yeah.
behind you can make white or black or any colors.
Any
And I
color.
make by the Supra with black.
Okay, very, very nice.
Mm.
When you cut your bodies though, what do you prefer to use to cut your body? Do
Um,
you use a scissor or do you use the hobby knife?
I put the cutter.
You use a cutter. Okay.
It's not
The
not
box of magic.
not so specially, or
Okay, yeah, a normal hobby cutter,
yes, a
hobby
medical
knife.
cutter.
Oh, okay. So something even more sharp.
Yes.
No, very nice. Okay, I must admit for myself, when I cut the bodies, I use a box cutter, the big, the
Oh,
big
the big
blade.
one. Yes.
Yeah, for me, I find that I have better control using that knife than using the one like you use.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just the way I became comfortable with it, and it works seems to work just fine.
Yeah. I think this is very simple,
Yes.
and I make this as last, and
Oh, nice.
you can take this a little scratch, and then broke.
Yes, yes. I use the same method, the
Yes.
score and break. Yeah, I find that it gives you nice, very very clean lines.
Or maybe
Yeah, sometimes I use the scissor to trim.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
but
I think the cutter is better.
yeah, same. I prefer the cutter as well.
But
So
for the first body, I think it's this better for learning,
yeah,
and
yes,
after
absolutely.
you can take this cutter, learning, and you make this better. Yes.
Yeah, yes, absolutely agree. So what's your next project that you're working on? The next
Yeah.
body.
The next project is this one.
That's a Yaris GR.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice, nice, nice.
And
Is
I
that
can.
also A plastics?
Yes. No. It's addiction.
Ah, okay, okay.
It's an addiction. You like here
Wow, okay.
one and rear.
It has a million parts, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
addiction bodies.
It's a lot of parts with light units or and flaps and side skirts and
Everything.
a lot.
It does
It's
sound
a
like a hell.
puzzle. It's a puzzle.
Yeah, I can imagine. And how do you find the quality of the addiction bodies?
I think the price for a body is high, but
Yeah.
the quality is also high.
So you can say that it's worth the high price.
Yes, or I think the details
Yeah.
these are very very good.
Okay.
A little bit better than 24K
Yeah.
technology. I think this better, but yeah, for
Yeah.
me is addiction the best, but
Yeah.
it's a puzzle. That's, that's
Yeah, that makes me scared.
yeah. For the first body, I think it's not good. An addiction body. You can
Yeah.
take a killer body.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's very good. Or yeah, Yokomo. When you
Yeah.
find Yokomo, then you can make this for the first
Yeah.
body. And later, when you can make bodies on learning, then you can take an addiction or 24K. Yes.
and work with that. No,
Yes.
fantastic, fantastic, Diego. Thank you so much for joining into our show. Really appreciate it. Once again, thank you for taking the time out to come and join the show and be a guest. I absolutely love your work. I'm a big fan of your work, and I always love to see what new projects you come out with. And hopefully, maybe someday we can work something out, and you can do a body for me.
Yes.
but but we'll have that conversation later. So yeah, thank you once again. Keep up the great work, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Bob. See you and see you later. Bye, Bob.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye. It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. So that was our friend Diego, also drifting at RC Drift Palace. And as you can see, the man is busy. Also, incredibly talented builder. One of the many, many talented builders that I do know and follow, as I've said before. So yeah, thank you once again to those two guests, Marco and Diego, for joining in the show and being such awesome guests on the show. And I have to repeat myself one more time. It's all due to Rob for pushing me to do this segment of the show, and obviously I had to get him as the first official guest. So thank you once again, guys, for joining into the show. Um, wow, I feel like that made the whole show already, and there were some other things I wanted to chat about as well. Um, oh, don't be like that, Rob. You know I love you. So, as you guys know, I'm also part of the Kamwadi drift team, the international drift team, made up of some of the best people in the RC game that you will ever meet. And I'm not talking about myself at all in there. I mean the people that I'm joining, that are that I joined, the people at the commodity. So one of my friends and buddies, Rich from Rich Ario, you guys know him from Dory Lounge. Um, as we chat every day in our group, and he posted a picture of one of these oil-filled shocks with an additional little uh, oil booster kind of thing. Oh, I wish I could show you guys what I'm talking about. Like an additional oil reservoir. So, you mentioned, I wish this company brought this back, and it looks so cool. And so one of our other guys remarked that it's just a gimmick. It's just there for show. It doesn't actually work. And to that he replied, sometimes he misses the gimmicks in the hobby because everyone's so focused on the performance at the moment and the tuning at the moment, which granted that is kind of where everybody is going now. And whilst he has a point, um, I also, and whilst I agree with that performance, we should look at performance and tuning and everything. I have to agree that some of that gimmicky stuff is what's missing in the hobby at the moment. Hey, what's happening, Wazam? Thanks for joining in. And thank you for that, actually. A reminder to welcome all of the guests that just joined in. I'm your host, Bob Rock, and welcome to the B-Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. This is season 3, episode 9, and you caught us at the right time. You see what I did there? All by accident, too. So we were talking about having the lack of gimmicks in the hobby again. So, but I don't think it's he meant it so literally and so straightforward. Like he misses gimmicks, so we need gimmicks in the hobby again. Uh, for me, what I took from what he said was that we are missing the really fun aspect of RC drifting again, because like you said, everybody's so focused on the performance and the tuning and get it right that we are missing the whole object of RC drifting, which is to have fun. Andrea says performance second, scale first. There we go. There we go. That's another very, very good point about scale and performance. So by scale, we don't necessarily mean that you need to imitate one-in-one drifting 110%. We have to keep in mind there's always going to be the fact that this is 1 in 10 scale, the fact that it's a radio control car, it's not a real car. So we're going to get to a point where you simply cannot replicate absolutely everything. So we got to remember that at the end of the day, whilst we are focusing on the performance, on the tuning, getting the car right, getting the car to do what we want it to do, it's still all about having fun. So we got to remember that. Rob says, aka the gyro shaker. Yeah, but Rich is right. I miss the fun stuff, especially from action hobbies. Exactly my point. And adding to what Rob just said here, he is one of the people that's actively doing something about it. He's not just speaking on it and trying to make it manifest by simply speaking on it. He's actually going out there and doing something. So he started off the drift challenges, and I'm so sorry, Rob. The name, it slips my mind. But to all the viewers out there, he has started a challenge, a drift challenge. So where you go out there, you have fun, and you get rewarded for it. I don't want to say you win it, because winning would imply there's a competition. And with what he's doing is that he's not creating a competition. He's creating a movement where you're bringing back the fun in RC drifting. So if you click on his profile, you'll see he posted links to his group where he posts these challenges out there for everybody to join in and have fun. And that's all. I suppose it's also why I started the podcast about RC drifting as well, because I don't think there's not really anybody that's doing a podcast as such for RC drifting, and I love talking, so here we are doing the podcast. And it boils down to the point that I just made, that don't just speak on something, do it. Go out and do something about it. If you find that it's not going the way you want it to, go out and do something about it. If there's no drift scene in your city, but you love RC drifting, go out there and do something about it. Start it off. It may be small, it may be tough, but don't give up. Just keep doing it. So yeah, I think Rich definitely has a point there. We need to bring back the fun into the hobby. Marco says, Pascal is doing an RC drift blog. Also nice to read. Okay, really cool. Marco, if you can hook me up with the link to Pascal's drift blog, I would love to get on that and read about that. I think it'll be very, very cool. I was doing something similar for an automotive website a few years back. So it'll be very cool to read what is Pascal's RC drift blog. Okay, cool. I will go and check it out. Awesome. Thank you so much, Marco. Let's see. There was another topic I wanted to talk about, but that's actually quite a deep topic. And actually, I just lightly mentioned about this topic earlier in the beginning of the podcast. So I think we will leave that for next week's episode, because that one's a deep technical one, and it's a whole, you could say, a sort of a social drifting issue. So one that we will address together. Um, so I just want to see something. Let's see. Okay, cool. I think we're doing quite well. So, guys, thank you for joining in once again. I will open up the floor to any questions. Does anybody have any questions for me? Are there any new drifters around that have any questions? Or maybe the older drifters. Do you guys have any questions for me before I move on to the next point, which is a very, very important point that I was supposed to talk about, and I only just remembered. Okay, we'll give it about a minute. If there's any questions you guys have, anything at all. It doesn't have to be new guys. Even the old guys, you can ask me anything. Nothing. Okay, cool. We're not going to give it dead time. So, last week, I believe I made a commitment to getting myself back into the game, back motivated again in RC drifting, and I also promised not to post anything on social media until this week. So I'm very happy to say that I have made progress, and I am feeling a lot better, a lot more motivated about RC drifting. So I went back. Let's see. Fahim says, how long it took to grow your beard? As long as you don't look in the mirror, your beard will grow. How's that? Mazam says, what's the best start-off tires to use? Okay, very, very interesting question, especially for the new guys. Thank you for that question, Mazam. Best tires to start off with. So it all depends where you are drifting. If you have a track that's local to you, the first thing you should do when you visit that track is to ask the guys what control tire they are using. So control tire, for the guys that don't know, is the tire that's used at the track and that's set for everybody to use at the track, because it has been tested for that surface, and that's the best tire to use. So that's a control tire. So there's some fantastic manufacturers out there: DS Racing, MST, Yokomo, RevD. There's Overdose doing collaborations with the Valino tires. Let's see, there's HPI, although I don't really suggest HPI because they're a little bit too grippy. So and then it all depends on the surface. So a rule of thumb that I use is the rougher the surface, the harder the tire. We don't have any carpet tracks this side of the world, so we don't really use any carpet tires. Let's see, Andreas, is there a new World Masters in planning? Yes, there is, or there was, or sort of. It's kind of, there are a number of key players around the world who has that in mind to do a world championship again, but because of COVID and other issues, it has been set back a little bit. But they will definitely be doing another Masters. Hopefully soon they'll be doing another World. So we'll just have to see. Let's see. We also got the route to get DS Racing LF4 on. Nice, very, very nice. Let's see, do people charge if I have to use a track? And if so, how much? Durban area. Okay, so for our home track, we actually don't charge anybody anything. It's actually free to use. and it's free to join the club as well. We don't have club fees, and all that we do really, all that we ask guys to do who want to join us to drift is just join us. You got a car, you want to drift, just join. We got no charge really, and we teach you everything that we know, and you join into the club, and we do a whole lot of events all over the place, and we welcome people to join us to do these exhibitions and demos, and it's fantastic. Hey, Benjamin, thanks so much for joining in, brother. Really, really appreciate it. For the guys that just joined in, once again, I'm your host, Bob Rock, and welcome to the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. We really appreciate having you guys here. Thank you so much for the support. Let's see, Marco says, makes it more fun to drift together because all got the same speed. Yes, most certainly, and that's another reason why we have a control tire is to get everybody on a similar sort of speed, on a similar playing field, and then so you don't have this like one guy going super fast and one going slow. Everybody is at a similar speed, and therefore it becomes a much more wholesome and enjoyable experience. I might not be good in drifting, Asika. Of course, most definitely. That's especially why I'm here. Is I'm ever ready to help out and teach anybody that wants to know, also to share the knowledge that I've gained, because my motto or my thinking when it comes to knowledge is that why should I hoard knowledge that I received from somebody else? I need to pass on that same knowledge. It's no use collecting all of this knowledge and not passing it along. It's a waste, and you are actually wasting your time by doing that. You don't gain knowledge to hoard it. You gain knowledge to spread it. So when you learn something, don't keep it to yourself. Pass it on to the next generation. Pass it on to people who want to learn. Obviously, there's certain little tips and tricks now that you want to keep to yourself, and that's okay. That might give you a little edge. But knowledge in general should never be kept to oneself. Okay, Rob says, question. Why does Bensi like blue so much? Rob, I asked Ben to come onto the show, and he was like, nah, he doesn't want to come onto the show. So I'm going to have to ask him separately about that. To manji is the straight or not? That is the question. That's a really good question. I must admit, personally, I manji straight certain times. Um, Usually, though, I only manji straight if I see the lead car doing the same. Otherwise, I don't manji straight. I use the straight to build up speed and to try and flick the car into the bend. Although it doesn't usually work out, and I think that's more because of how my car is set up. I don't like a snappy car where although I love it, I would love to get a car that can do that. But personally, for my own style, that snappy back with that flick into the bend, that's not really my style. I'm more of a very easy, smooth sort of ease into the bend, if you get what I'm saying. But manji, yeah, I don't know. I think it's preference really. Manji the world. Does temperature affect the tire's performance? Yes, yes, very much so. Even at this scale, even at 1 in 10 scale, it does affect the tires quite a bit. Especially when it comes to grip, and you will see it. It's quite noticeable when if you're drifting on an outdoor track the entire day, and you'll see when the track is colder, you'll get less traction, and as the day gets warmer and the track gets warmer, you'll see you'll get more traction. I know it's weird. But yeah, temperature definitely affects the tires. Um, right, yeah. So back to what I was saying. Yes, I have made progress. So um, I went through all my RC stuff again and I've cleaned it out. Whatever was damaged and couldn't be salvaged, I just got rid of it. We start off on a clean slate. I've actually managed to find a whole bunch of tools which were um, actually got saved from when my place got flooded. So I'm excited about it because there's some really important tools that I was looking for that I managed to find. So yay! And then I can finally fiddle with my chassis again and adjust it a little bit because I know I can see that's sorely needed in my chassis. And I've started a new body. I'm building a Tetsujin Mark X, so I will start posting the progress on that now, so you guys can see that I have started. And then I got one special little project coming in very soon in the next 2 days or so. So I think you guys are going to be very, very interested in that. Yeah, Marco, I'm deciding what color to. I don't know what color to make it. I'm definitely going to make it a solid color because I'm not particularly good at painting multiple colors. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go with a solid color. It's just that I'm not too sure what color to make the Tetsujin body. So I am taking suggestions. I will be using rattle cans though. Why am I looking like that? No, I'm not gonna do that again. As I said, really having an awesome time here in Joburg with drifting. The guys are really helpful. Fantastic, man. Yeah, I see that you're still there. I hope you're learning a hell of a lot from the guys there. I know the quality and level of drifting there is really, really high. But besides that, I'm happy that you are getting some drift time out there. Uh, EDC is one of the best around. I know it looks really, really awesome. Rob says only Kong RC has a sauce. Ooh, that's a whole other topic altogether, Rob. That's a whole entire different topic. Let's see. So what else I was going to say? Yeah. So I'm in the market for an RC hauler, a pit bag. So if you guys and this is more for the local guys, really, because to ship an RC bag from overseas is just absolutely ridiculous. And at the moment, the exchange rate is through the roof. It's made things basically unaffordable for us here in SA. It's mad. No way. No, dude, I am not gonna do it. Let's see. Rob says Manji or not goes into the next episode talks. Okay, I agree. We're gonna. I'm actually gonna note it down just now, together with that other topic, Manji or not. And then I would like to invite you, Rob, again to come and give your comments on this controversial topic: to Manji or not to Manji. That is how you should drive. So it's going to be interesting next week. And we definitely would like to get another guest on. So besides Rob, let's see who we can come with. If anybody would like to join the show next week as a guest, you know what to do. Leave a comment or send me a message, and I will be most happy and most honored to have you on the show next week. So I think that I've had quite a bit to say, and I'm sure you guys must surely be tired of listening to me. So I think for today's episode, we'll stop it right there, and we will make another brilliant episode next week, same time, same place as usual. So thank you everybody once again for joining into today's episode of the B-Rock RC Show. I really hope that you, and I'm not just saying this, I sincerely hope that you all have enjoyed today's episode and having to see the guests on from RC Drift Palace from overseas there. I know I enjoyed having them over. I think it's a great addition to the B-Rock RC Show. So take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay awesome. Remember, tag me into your events or projects or anything that you would like me to expand on, or if there is a topic or something on your mind that you would love to get out there and get out into the RC Drift world and speak on it, just hit me up and I will take it from there. Um, yeah, so once again, thank you everybody for joining into the B-Rock RC show. We will catch you again next week, Monday, for episode 10. Episode 10. I think we should try and do something a little special for episode 10. But let's see, I'll think of something. Um, yeah, so keep well, guys. And remember, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also turn on your notifications on this page. Don't forget to like and turn on notifications on this page, the B-Rock RC Show page, so that you can always get notified when I go live, when the episode goes live. And have an awesome time. And remember, don't stop drifting, and local is lekker. So take care, guys. Peace.